Imagine that your whole life was a lie. Every step you took was predicted by someone. Every decision you made was not yours but pre-planned. What if everything you know about yourself is a fabrication? And now, imagine that one day you discover the truth, but it's too late, because those who get too close to the secret become targets. Today, I will tell you a story that will send chills down your spine. This is not just a mystical legend. It's something much bigger. Are you ready? Then let's begin. Artyom was an ordinary young man. He studied at university, worked part-time as a programmer, and rented a small apartment. Nothing seemed unusual, but he always had a strange feeling that someone was watching him. Sometimes he noticed small patterns in his life repeating too often, as if they were following a script. For example, he would enter a cafe and see the same man sitting there every time. Or he would take a different route to work, yet still encounter the same woman walking her dog. One day, Artyom decided to test his suspicions. He bought a small hidden camera and installed it in his apartment. In the morning, he left for work, and in the evening, he checked the recording. What he saw left him in shock. About 2 hours after he left, the door to his apartment opened without a sound. A strange man in a white lab coat entered. He walked into the bedroom, opened the closet, and adjusted something inside. Then he moved to the table where Artyom had left his phone, pulled out a strange device, and hovered it over the phone as if copying something. After a few minutes, the man silently left the apartment, leaving no trace. Artyom felt a chill run down his spine. Who was this man? Why did he enter his apartment? And most importantly, how did he unlock the door? The next day, Artyom decided to investigate another mystery that had been bothering him. He remembered noticing tiny marks on his neck before, as if from injections, even though he hadn't visited any doctors for a long time. They were small red dots, looking like needle pricks. He went to a private lab and had a blood test done. When he received the results, his heart stopped. His blood contained an unknown substance. The lab technician who handed him the results looked deeply concerned. He asked Artyom if he had ever participated in medical experiments. What experiments? Artyom asked. I'm just a regular student. The lab technician frowned. This substance is very strange. It doesn't resemble anything we've seen before. If I were you, I'd find out what's going on. Artyom felt that he had stumbled upon something truly terrifying. He remembered how his parents had always been secretive about his childhood. It was as if they were hiding something. He decided to search through old documents he had kept since moving out of his parents' house. Among them, he found an old medical file with his name on it. There was a strange stamp on it. Experiment number 13. What did this mean? Why was this document hidden? Who had been studying him? Artyom realized that this was just the beginning of the mystery. He decided to visit his parents and ask them directly. When he called, his mother hesitated, and his father simply said, "We can't talk about this over the phone. Come over." When he arrived, his parents looked worried. His father paced around the room, while his mother avoided his gaze. "Artyom, you need to know the truth," his father finally said. It turned out that he had been part of an experiment since birth. Scientists were trying to create the perfect human, a genius with enhanced intellectual abilities. But the experiment got out of control. The test subjects were monitored their entire lives to see how they developed. They were surrounded by controllers who ensured they never discovered the truth. "They could have eliminated you if you learned too much," his mother whispered. Artyom felt like his world was falling apart. He was not just an ordinary student. His whole life had been an experiment. But who were these people watching him? And why were they still doing it? He realized he couldn't stay in this city. He had to run. But could he really escape from those who had controlled his every step since birth? Artyom's story is only just beginning. What if someone is watching you right now? Maybe you, too, are part of an experiment but just don't know it yet. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If this video gets 1,000 likes, I'll make more stories with shocking plots like this one. Leave a comment and share your thoughts. Maybe there's more truth to this story than it seems.